right, welcome back to Terrible at Fishing. We're going to try to do a sort of a, we're going to go purple. We're doing with a bluish tint. And we are going to use just red and blue. Because, you know, that's how you make purple, is with red and blue. So we're heating up the plastisol. Perfect. 350 degrees. But I also want some iridescence into it. So we're going to put start with 20 drops of red. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 drops of red. It's a good red. And we're going to start just a few drops of blue. So we're going to go 3 drops of blue. 1, 2, 3. The darker the pigment, the more powerful it is. You can see what just 3 drops to 20 does, but that's a good looking, it's a grape. It's a grape. It looks like grape juice. So now we're going to take some mica powder, and we're going to put some mica powder in here. We're going to put 1/16 of a teaspoon of mica powder, which is quite a bit. But this is Aurora. And this is a color shifting mica powder. Mica powder is really cool to put inside plastisol, especially the color shifting ones. This one shifts from green, red, you know. You can see it right on the surface there. That looks really good. That looks real good, doesn't it? Now we got to put some flakes in there. We're going to go with some red and some blue flake. 0.04, so rather large. We'll use that 1/16 teaspoon again. Heap it up. There's red and blue. Add that in there. Red and blue flakes. Oh, it looks really good, doesn't it? That looks really good. You can see that color shift, especially in the surface. That's that color shift. All right. We're at 280 or so degrees, 275, 280. I'm going to have to warm it up a bit. We have plenty of mica powder in there. This is the mica powder that I'm using. Got it on Amazon. I need to figure out what kind of mold to use too. But how about do some rip wrappers, huh? Some rippers. Yeah. We'll do some rippers. A ripper is a swim bait. It's a 3.5 inch. So you can see what it looks like. All right, let's clamp those down. And we'll warm that up. So we'll clamp this down. You gotta clamp them down. These don't self-clamp. They have 2 pores, 2 openings, in order to make the 3 that are inside the mold. All right. Let's put me behind that. There you go. So you can see better. All right, and get my injector. Let's see what our temperature's up to. Looks like we need a little bit more time, probably about 15 seconds more. Yeah, we need a little more time on it. Boy, it looks good. We'll make really good rippers. It's going to look really good. Let's transition that so you can see the actual pour. And we did this just red and blue. Red and blue flakes, and then color shifting mica. Oh yeah, that's much better thickness. Take some of this and mix it in. And these rippers take a lot. I'm not sure if I've got enough here to do both of these castings. But we will see. Alright. On hold. Fill the sprue. This is the side that does 2 of them. Fill the sprue. 1 on this side. Sprue. I think it cooled down too much, but we'll see. Really push down on that because I really think it needs a good push. Fill those sprues. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one right here. You can see the color. And you can see that color. I think it cooled down too quick. Let's take apart our injector. You can see that color shift in there too. That mica powder really adds a lot to it. Look at that. That's what we're going with. Sort of a grape. June bug, I guess some people may call this. I don't know. Kind of mix my own. But very little color. It, 20 to 3, I think, is what we did, right? So, all right, let's check this one out. Let's take the vise off. reveal. Always the reveal, right? There's our reveal. There it is. You can see that mica in there. That blue sheen to it and the way it shifts. That looks really good. Not as grapey as I would think it would look, but because it really is a thick bait. But I love the color shift to it. That color shift is really nice. All right, let's kind of curious about this side. Really curious about this side. Let's see. Oh, I pushed hard on it. There's a little bit of an imperfection there, but I can live with that. All right, look at that. Take the sprue off of it. Feels solid. Didn't look like it air bubbled up any. So very nice. That is really nice. You can see the color shifts to it. You can see that one imperfection right there. But right here, there's an imperfection there. But it looks really good. Look at that. See the metallic refraction on it? The red and blue. Sort of a grape looking coloring to it. The great grape ripper. I like it. It turned out good. It's what I wanted. I wanted that grape iridescence to it, so very nice. Let's see if I can get me back to being on the right side now. Oh. So that is how you make a simple pour with just basic colors, red and blue. I do like using mica powder though. It does add that metallic, the reflective qualities that we usually would want in like a blade or a spoon or something like that. This is a really good swimmer. You put this on a 3/0 hook and you're good to go. Put it on a 3/0 hook. That is a really good looking color. And it will reflect just enough light to get the fish's attention. So we did good. We did good. All right, let's go to our outro. Rockin'.